Good morning, everyone, and this is take 2 of my video this morning. I think this is the first time that I just completely botched something so badly that I decided to start it over. You know that awkward silence when you're like, I know I should be saying something and I'm not saying anything, and then it just gets longer and longer because you start thinking about how are you going to fix this, and everything's going through your head, nothing's coming out of your mouth, and then everybody feels really strange. And so I just cut it, started over, and thought I would do this again so that you don't have to feel awkward. Isn't that a great, nice thing I've done for you? All right. This morning, I want to talk about something really, really important for these videos. The question for you is, and I suppose this is related to my challenge for you today, let me know if you think 5 a.m. videos are boring. I think they are. And I think these videos, my videos, are boring. I've been thinking about this for the last week or so, and really since the very beginning, that I get this feeling that like when I wake up early in the morning, I'm a little bit boring first thing in the morning. And then the second problem is my entire family's asleep. And so I'm like, should I talk loud? Should I talk normal? Should I be whispering to the camera? I really don't go anywhere else in my house because everyone's sleeping everywhere else. And so I kind of lock myself into my office, and then you get this really beautiful gray background that comes kind of a little bit off color in the camera. And honestly, I just think these videos come across a little bit stale. And so I've been working on a plan to revamp what I'm doing in the mornings, make it a little bit more interesting, maybe even add a small joke or two. You probably won't get my jokes. I think you've got like comedian jokes, then you've got dad jokes, and then like my jokes are down here somewhere. So we'll see how they do. Second thing I wanted to mention this morning is maybe just a little bit of a tip for you, an idea that I wanted to share. So if you're producing content, whether that's written content, video content, a podcast, Facebook page, whatever, share that content with somebody that you know, like in your personal life. And if your instinct is to be super proud of that content, then you're doing awesome, right? I mean, that's a good indicator that you deep down have a feeling of this is good content. But if there's a hesitation there, or if there's a little bit of a feeling to maybe, I don't know, justify why your content is the way it is, let that sit with you a little bit. Don't shy away from it. Don't run away from it. Don't try and cover it up. But just let that feeling sit with you and try and dig down to what the root of it is. So I had this experience. I shared my videos with somebody yesterday. And as I was doing it, I caught myself, like, I'm pretty comfortable in front of the camera now. I've done several YouTube channels. I think I've mentioned that before. And so the video doesn't scare me anymore. And I'm not, like, I kind of am comfortable with the idea that I hate it no matter how it turns out. But I don't always feel like I need to justify my content. And that hit me a little bit. I found myself trying to explain why it is the way it is. I wasn't upset. I know. I understand that there's reasons for it being that way. But if I need to explain it, then I need to improve. And so that's what I'm doing. That's what kind of spurred this happening this morning, is that I am committing to doing better 5 a.m. videos from now on. I've also been putting together my plan, as you know, for my social media strategy. That is my goal this week? No, that was last week. Oh my goodness. It's like, what day is it? Friday? What the heck is my goal this week? Yeah, that is my goal this week. I'm looking at my board over here, and I've already started switching it over to do my video on Sunday. And so I'm confusing myself. My milestone report for this week is on my social media strategy. Okay. Sorry, I should really cut that out, but I'm not going to. I sometimes screw things up. pretty often actually. Okay, so for this week, doing my social media strategy, the reason I had kind of forgotten where things are at is because I finished a lot of that work early in the week, earlier than I expected to, and I started moving on to some other work that I want to get a head start on, which is next week's big milestone. And so for my social media strategy, I still need to get some of the rougher details hammered out about like the long-term vision. I know exactly where I'm going to be starting next week on, again, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I don't know exactly where I'm going to be when I start bringing in a blog and I start bringing in a podcast, right? So stripping the audio from my videos, throwing it out as a podcast. And I don't know exactly where I'm going to be as far as editing of my videos. I love doing long form format and the sincerity, the transparency that comes from just recording something once and throwing it out there. And especially with this type of content where you're watching me, set goals and work to achieve something big. I think it's important that you see the authenticity that comes across in a no edit video. That being said, I do like the benefits that come from the consistency and the branding of having like an intro clip or some like music overlay, things like that. So I'm still doing some research into those types of things and figuring out where I want to go. And the other thing that I want to figure out, which is tied to what I said before, but what's the long-term vision? But how does that play in with my other business prospects and the other things that I'm working on to get to my $1 million net worth? I think those insights are going to be very valuable as I set a plan and I focus and zero in on that plan. Anyways, those are my ideas. Those are my thoughts this morning. That's really what I'm going to be thinking about today and trying to just get things out of my head and into my computer. Paper is good, but at the end of the day, I never look at it. Into my computer, then I can see it on my phone. Take care. I hope you have a great day. And please, if you're hating these videos, let me know what you think I should change. If you love the videos, let me know also. If you are part of my, my in-laws who are all being awesome and supporting everything, you may not be understanding what I'm saying because Spanish is your first language. But thank you very much for supporting me, and thank you for always being there to just be awesome.